Have you ever written something, and have you ever given a speech or you know speak in writing something, and you just feel that whatever you're writing is just not enough to get your point to your audience? Well, sometime I myself have the same feeling, like before I gave a speech, I read it over again, and I just feel like it's missing something, and that's something that's gonna give my point to the audience better, and they're gonna understand it like 100%. So to solve this, we can use picture or graphics to improve the quality or embellish our writing about a research topic. Of course, now there are times when no matter how much we write about a topic, will add an image will add better clarity to our topic. For example, if we're researching how the White House was constructed, we would need a lot of words to accurately describe the whole process. However, if you have only an image of if you only have one image of a building process, however, it might present a more complete picture of all parts and pieces involved in a much more conscious way than our words, because they can see it face to face, eyes to eyes, or easier to understand. Let's say we are making a presentation with all these slides. So usually in a presentation, you need to have words so that people will read it and understand it all. But in a presentation, if they're only all words and no pictures, no image, it's gonna be very, hard to understand, because there are too many words and they are just overwhelmed, and there are no picture or no graphics to present it. So it's just like, first of all, it make our audience overwhelmed, and secondly, it make them lose interest. And also they won't be understanding it very much. Okay. In the same way that we need to evaluate written supporting detail for accuracy and relevance, we also need to make sure that any picture or graphic we use have relevance to our topic, and that they are accurately represent our idea. So remember, pictures are very important. They are really needed in writing, but pictures have to support our details, to support our writing. If we, let's say, a picture of all the presidents who live in the White House would not help our research paper about the way in which the White House was built. So it is an image that might distract reader from the main point of research paper, because we're talking about we are talking about how the White House was built, not talking about the president who live in the White House. So if we provide pictures of all the president in the White House, then it would be distracting, because they do not support our writing. It do not have anything to do with our writing at all. Now, while pictures are powerful, too many pictures can be distracting from the main idea. Too many of something are not good. If you have too many words, then it can be overwhelmed and audience won't pay attention to you anymore. But if you have too many pictures, then it can be distracting from the main idea, and then the audience would not understand what we're trying to, of course they will understand, but they will not understand what our pictures are trying to do, because they're distracting from the main idea, and they think of another way rather than the main idea. So if we want to choose specific moments where an image will improve clarity or depth to a topic rather than simply deciding to put an image everywhere, we can find something relevant to our topic. For example, in a research paper about the White House how the White House was constructed, we might find a really interesting picture of the time when the White House was burned down by British force. But that subtopic is not one of the main points of our paper. So having this image in a research paper, it might distract reader from the main point we are trying to make about the White House construction, not destruction. So remember, when we are writing something, and we just feel that we can improve the quality of our writing, or just want to give a point better to our audience, you can use picture or graphics because words aren't always enough. However, the picture that we use, the image that we use, have to support our writing. They have to support ideas in our writing. And remember that when we are using pictures, picture very powerful, but too many picture can be distracting from the main idea. So if we want to choose a specific moment where an image will provide, then you have to, read again and to see which one you would want to make it clearer about it. So remember, that's using picture and graphic is one way that we can improve the quality or embellish our writing. But you have to make sure that the image that we use have to support our writing, and don't use many picture. Don't use like too many pictures. So that's the end of our talking today. Thank you for coming and have a great day.